Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to make my contribution to the University of the South Pacific Annual Report 2017. Much of the discussions that we've seen, Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't see it being concentrating on the 2017 report, but I'd like to talk about the 2017 annual report. The annual report, Mr. Speaker, sir, highlights several achievements for the university, which demonstrate the achievement against the strategic plan targets. 81% of the targets met in the first 2 years, and that is on page 7 of the annual report. In addition to this, other achievements were reported because of the commitment and energy with which the staff were engaged with their work. These include innovation patents, a number of awards won by the staff and students, the registration of the marine collection with Global Biodiversity Information Security, USP's registration with the Oracle Academy, etc., etc. Mr. Speaker, as we go along with the report, we see that the report talks about limited financial resources, the need to generate commercial revenue, of course, and what projects could be taken up by the university to generate sustainable commercial income generations. It does talk about the need for additional assistance from our development partners, the need for more academic staff, HR issues, and it is also important to note that the report talks about to do this, it contributes to the disruptions in teaching sometimes when we do not have adequate staff and when work permits are required and not processed in time. And coming to work permits, Mr. Speaker said the members on the other side mentioned about Professor Ahluwalia and his deportation. It should be noted that every country within its sovereignty has its own immigration laws, and every person who comes into the country on a work visa must abide by that. And we kept on going about the BDO report. Mr. Speaker said, Fiji is part of the University Council, and that is something that you must know. Fiji cannot usurp the powers of the Council. We have 12 member countries as part of the USP Council, with Australia, New Zealand, and other members as observers. Fiji has five members representing the Council. So there's no way that the representatives of the Fijian government can ever usurp the powers of the Council. And we hear the word BDO report, BDO report. Can I just make a comment on that? The Council decided when the BDO report was released to the Council, it was the Council's decision not to release the BDO report. Fiji had no part in that. I've heard it for the last couple, from my position as the Minister of Education. I've heard this. Fiji trying, there's a conspiracy. They think Fiji is conspiring not to release the BDO report. That report was released to the Council. It was the Council who decided to appoint 3-member commissioners. Fiji, Cook Islands, and Samoa were appointed to be part of the commissioners, and then they appointed a 3-member committee who was supposed to do their investigations about the findings of the BDO report. So that's how it is. It's not that Fiji or Fijian government wanted to hide the report. Whatever malpractices were found in the report, the Commission was supposed to address that and bring back to the Council how we can improve on HR policies, the issues there were HR, yes, governance, it was all policy matters. So it was the Council's decision, and can we put that matter to rest, saying Fiji did not want the BDO report released. If the Council wanted the report released, they could have released it. We have to understand that the Council is governed by the USP statutes. Fiji government does not make the rules for the Council to operate. And again, there was a mention that Samoa wanted the campus to shift to Samoa. That's a Council decision which will be governed by the statutes. Neither Fiji, nor Samoa, nor Tonga, nor Cook Islands, nor Nauru can do things on their own. Well, what they can do is really support for that. But everything has to be governed by the USP statutes that's written. So that is the truth. Then there are calls for people called Minister of Education. We have a complaint. The ministry nor the government interferes with the internal governance issues at the USP. We don't deal with what the VC is doing. We don't dictate what the PC is going to do or who they appoint, who they terminate. All we want is whoever is in that position to practice good governance. That has been always our stand. And if I can inform the House about the last special council meeting we had, we said that whatever the council decides, it has to be within the ambits of the statutes. The council also has processes to follow. Whether they want to give Professor Ahluwalia a new contract, whether they want to give him an amended contract, whether they want him to be in Samoa, Tonga, or Nauru, it has to be within the statutes of the USP Council. So that's a fact, honorable members. Here we are going about accusing the Fijian government or accusing the reps in the Fijian government of doing things which is not even within our powers. So if you read the video report, I don't know what reports you are reading. Honorable Mikale says, make the video report known. Honorable Tuisawao says he's quoting from the video report. It's already online. It was leaked the very day the council had it. Even when the council told its members, this report is not to be released. But it was leaked up. So what is there to hide? Whatever you are quoting is from the video report. And it's an international report. There's nothing to hide. So, and then, Mr. Speaker, coming back to that, a lot of these countries who are trying to say that the university should be shifted to Samoa, we must not forget, Solomons has its own university. Samoa has its own university. We have our own university. But I have never seen the honorable members on the other side talk with the same passion for the Fijian National University. Never. And here we are talking about regionalism. Yes, we want our university of Fiji, because our students benefit from them, whether it's USP, whether it's FNU, whether it's the Fiji National University of Fiji, we want good governance. Whoever is appointed, whoever is terminated, the processes to be followed. That's all we are asking for. Two days ago, I was asked about a complaint that was received regarding the appointment of a new person at USP. I said, look, as a minister, I have no say in that. If you have complaints about somebody's appointment, go to the PC. The University of the South Pacific has its own grievance process mechanism. So to come here and say that the Fijian government is usurping the powers of the University Council is utter rubbish. It's not a right place to say it. I know we are protected by the privileges, parliamentary privileges, but people, let's talk about the truth. And that is the truth about the USP Council. So should the council on Tuesday, we are meeting again, say, this is going to happen. Professor Ahluwalia will be given a new contract, but it has to be with the concurrence of the council and followed the process. If it's okay to give, well, that's the council's decision. We need to know how the council operates. It operates on a different platform with its own rules and sets of regulation that guides our work. But coming back here, Mr. Speaker, another issue that caught my attention was accommodation for USP students. It's not only accommodation for USP students, our National University students always struggle to find accommodation here. So the recommendation is for the university to walkways by which the students could be provided with a reasonable accommodation. And of course, you and I both know that accommodation in Suva is very, very expensive. And the need for more academic staff, I think this is 2021, the report is 2017. A lot of things have happened, a lot of progress or must have been made. That will be when we see the reports being tabled for the coming 2019 and 2020. So, Mr. Speaker, with that, I take my seat. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. Honourable Attorney General, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.